419 Detective Trial 1 in Troy, Michigan. So start line was right here. There was 11 minutes, a total of 6 hides, 4 inside, 2 outside. The handrail was out of play, or the fencing was out of play. The building was in play. Little interesting fact, a lot of dogs wanted to push through and the gate right there, and I'll explain later, or push through the fence. Building was in play here. So inside, we had hide number 1 is right underneath here, and this was birch in a straw. Birch in a straw. That odor stayed pretty tight right there. Sometimes blew through because the door stayed open. So a lot of times odor passed out that way, or would blow through. So, but it was birch in a straw. Then I had 3 hides inside here. Had 1 hide that is a 10 in, it's a 10, it's behind the bucket of coal, right at floor height, and that was clove in that corner. Then over here, there was a hide in a 10 underneath this cabinet, and that was birch in a straw. And then I had another hide behind this door that was birch in a 10. This odor held really, really tight. Sometimes it did bleed out the crack of the door a little bit, but it held really, really tight. And there was at some points, there was a little bit of collection of odor by the tea kettle. There was a little bit of converging with these 2 hides that were over here, the cabinet and the coal bucket, and the converging was basically the cabinet hide blowing towards the coal, kind of a little bit of a merge converge, and it was the kind of collecting over here in that box. So that was, and then we had a little bit of space here. The stairs were not in play, but the hallway was in play. And then this is the interesting hide outside. Very, very interesting. Was where the box is at, and you could actually see a paw print. There's a hide in the siding right there. That was cypress in a straw. Very interesting. That hide, depending on what the wind was doing, would blow and channel down along this wall. So it would channel along the wall here, wrap around, and then get caught in the wind here and pushed and go to channel towards the corner. A lot of dogs got hung up on the corner there, okay? Fence was not in play, nothing out in the grass space. Hide number 6 was a good challenge for a lot of people to finally make a decision to call. This was birch in a straw, inaccessible on the yellow wheelbarrow. It did a very nice job of blowing out very nicely, blowing out and kind of coming out or following this log right here. A lot of dogs wanted to push in really nice. Handlers were very, very apprehensive to call the inaccessible. Very, very apprehensive. That was basically the challenge of that hide was about calling inaccessible. Eventually, because dogs were very, very persistent, and dogs did really, really well and worked that hide really well.